So this screen is a 38-inch Seiki television set that I bought in 2013, 2014. It was one of the first 4K televisions to come out, and there were hack articles, you know, in the hacker community that said you can use this as a monitor. The problem with it is it only goes up to 30 hertz, but I didn't mind that because I was programming, and all I really wanted was just a ton of space for my IDE and Emacs and all the documents I had going. These days, I'm doing more video, like for this channel and for other people, and my eyes are getting older. This is blurry. It's lit by fluorescent lights. So is this ancient Dell over here, which is from like 2005, but it keeps going, so I keep using it. But anyway, I thought, gee, I'd be good to get something with better color rendition and something a little sharper on my eyes. Should I go widescreen? And so I went ahead and ordered, and I've received a LG 40WP95C-W, which is one of like 4 monitors in the world that use the same panel. But the LG came out most recently. It has the fastest refresh rate and Thunderbolt 4. So I thought, well, okay, that's, you know, that'll probably be good for me. But I'm a little scared because it's widescreen. It's taking more than this resolution and squishing it down to about, you know, like this. And everyone, when they get the widescreen, they go, it's so big, it's so big. Well, it's not so big. This is a big screen. And if you want this kind of screen and you get no curve and nice straight lines on it, you can get one from Dell that's like 40 inches for $600-700 bucks. And if I was smart, I should have done that. But I went ahead and got the widescreen, so we'll see if I can adjust. I'm worried because I know at this resolution, the smaller height, that everything's going to get really small, especially since I'm on a Macintosh and it doesn't do the native resolution very well. And if you have to scale it up, then, you know, you're losing your desktop real estate. Yeah, you can use multiple virtual desktops and all that, I know. But so we'll see how this is going to be and if I can adjust to it. And I thought I'd make just a quick video and tell you what my experience is. I know I'm a dinosaur. I know I'm coming from really old tech. But when people go, boy, it's just like the LG's like 2 27-inch screens side by side, I go, how can anyone look at a 4K 27-inch screen and use it at its native resolution? Everything's going to be tiny. So I guess maybe I'm just old and blind, or maybe you people are you know, blowing everything up and then just using the extra pixels to smooth everything. I don't know. But anyway, so we'll put the widescreen here, and we'll see how it does, and I will report back in just a second. So here it is, all installed and working great, and it's been about a week, and I've been using it. And this is not a review. I'm going to leave that to all the guys in the bare white rooms with the brick walls and the hue lights and the one-potted plant, you know, who do the glossy shots back and forth. But, you know, there are a few things that I discovered setting this up that those guys haven't covered. First of all, the length of the cables that connect this thing. Of course, this monitor, like a lot of products, has a right-hander bias, which I understand, but I'm left-handed. So naturally, all the connections on the back are over here. And my computer, which is a Mac Studio, is over here to the left where you can't see it. Here, let me scoot out of the way a little bit. So let me tell you that all the Thunderbolt cables and the DisplayPort cables and everything that come with this are 1.5 meters long. So naturally, it takes a 2-meter run to get to my Mac Studio to the monitor, because the jacks are on the right. If they were on the left, it would have worked. So there you go. You got to go buy another $60 active, you know, Thunderbolt 4 cable to make that work. I suppose Thunderbolt 3 probably work, but might as well future-proof and everything. So then we got that up, and then I get the thing, and I'm trying to figure out, how do you turn it on? It doesn't work. Well, there's a joystick control here, a little nipple under here, which is a great UI to run the on-screen display, and I'm pressing it and nothing's happened. Well, after I goofed with it for a while, I realized I hadn't pushed the power cord all the way into the body of the back of it, and that's why it wasn't working. It wasn't getting any power. Like those professional reviewers, I will note that it's nice that the power supply is built into the monitor and not an external brick. That's great. But anyway, when you get yours, make sure the plug is all the way in. This thing is floating on a monitor arm I just bought because another YouTuber was using it. Cost 80 bucks from Amazon, and it built like a tank. I just wanted to not have the stand that came with this monitor is great, but I didn't want to have the metal feet arching around my beautiful old 1985 Northgate OmniKey keyboard here. Best keyboard ever made. Keeps working, you know. Anyway, So that's what I did. That thing was an adventure. Of course, nice China product, and it has a gas shock in it that makes the monitor float like this. It perfectly balances the weight. But it came all super tight, the arm, it wouldn't move. And there's a sticker on it that says if you need the torque for that to go down, they call it torque. That's probably not the right word, but anyway, that's what they called it. If you want the torque to go down, you turn this Allen screw one way. There's a sticker on the top, and if you want the torque to go up, you turn it the other way. And they give you this lousy little Allen key to do that with, and of course the written directions say the exact opposite, so it's unclear like which way really to go. In the end, the sticker was right, and I kind of believed the sticker. But they also say that the thing, they imply that the thing is shipped at minimum torque, so it should move, and it didn't move at all. But anyway, I hung the monitor on it, and I start turning with this little Allen key over and over and over again. The thing won't move, the thing won't move. Finally, I got frustrated after, 20, 25 minutes, and I went and got my Allen socket set out and stuck this in it and cranked the crap out of this to loosen it. And finally, after many, 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 many turns, this thing started to float, and it's been working fine. I'll put a link to it in the description. It won't be an affiliate link because I'm not trying to make money here, and I'm not one of those guys. But if you're interested, the thing is great. It works fine, but you don't really need to buy it. That was like optional extra credit. So how does it work? I guess I'm a believer now, because I said previously, how can anyone look at the 27-inch two 27-inch screens or two 30-inch screens or whatever this, is the equivalent to, and obviously it is smaller than or shorter than my other bigger screen. But I get it now. The higher PPI makes the resolution work great. And did I mention the Mac Studio was able to drive this at its native 5K, 2K without having to use Switch Res X or Easy Res or any of that stuff. But everything's really pretty easy to read. And of course, for Final Cut, it's a dream. It fills the whole screen, and it's fantastic. So I can read it. I'm getting my computer glasses updated, and I think when that happens, it's going to be even better. So if you're an old guy and you're worried about things being too small, it's not too bad. I get it. I think this thing's gonna work for me. So the big question is, how does it do with porn? Let me just say, if you go to your mainstream porn sites, your Pornhub, your RedTube, your Xhamster, whatever, who have good players, it's fine. The 4:3 content shows up right in the middle, and the 4K content goes out a little wider. In fact, you can see how much extra pixels you get when you're playing that stuff. If you go to your more specialty sites for your minority tastes, sometimes the HTML on that isn't as good, in which case the monitor will just scale everything up and spread everything out to fill the screen, which looks really odd, but can be strangely arousing depending on what you're watching. So I think we needed to get that covered for sure. I'm not using the speakers in this, and they sound lousy compared to the actual speakers and subwoofer I have here, so I wouldn't plan on using that at all. Monitor seemed a little dark to me when it came, and everyone's been whining about how dark it is until I kind of set it into sRGB mode and tweak the brightness, and then it's okay. Brightest thing in the world? No. Bright enough? Yeah. Okay. Should it be better for this money? Yeah. And then I guess that's the final thing to mention here. Oh, one other thing. I daisy chained, so the Thunderbolt 4 from the computer comes in to drive the big monitor, and then it daisy chains out on Thunderbolt through a DVI connector to this old monitor from the olden days, through an adapter for that. And that worked out of the box, even though there's a switch in the on-screen display to turn the daisy chaining of a second monitor off and on. Didn't seem to do anything. When I flipped it, it reset all the displays, but it worked in both situations. So I'm not really sure what it does, because everything seemed to work, and I could arrange them in the system preferences and everything just fine, no matter how that switch was set. So that's some kind of little weird anomaly. So that's it. Is it worth the money? you know, it's about 2K by the time you're $2,000 by the time you're done paying taxes and getting a monitor arm and cables and everything. No, it's probably not worth that kind of money. I just happened to be able to afford it just now, and really wanted to try this thing because I've never had a wide screen, but I wanted to have a full you know, 2K up like I did on the old television. But it's nice. It's a much better monitor than an old TV from 10 years ago, and I will certainly keep it. And I guess that's all for this. Thanks for watching this quick, whatever this was. Like, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.